Well, g'day guys, it's Matt here. Welcome to the channel. Now, as you can see, we did get rain, so it was certainly worth putting in the big hours in the last video. I think a lot of us were going till the early hours of the morning doing different things. But while we're here, I thought I'd show you what the canola's doing. You might remember the canola was the first thing we planted. And you can see all the green rows. So that's coming along very nicely. It's nice to see. Yeah, so we ended up getting all the dozer work done on the lease block. We ended up getting all the where the dozers had been. We went over with the Kelly chains of the cultivator to smooth it out. And the only thing we didn't get done was we didn't get to spray the stuff that I planted last at the other main farm. Yeah, because I finished at like 2:30 in the morning, I think. And yeah, it started raining at about, I think it was about 7 or so in the morning, later that morning. So yeah, Brad didn't get a chance to get out and get that spray finished, but it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. So we're going to have to rip Brad off about not pulling his weight.
Well folks, Peter back again. Lovely weather for having just planted. The program that the boys had in mind was completed. The work at the lease block was done, and finished off cultivating, Kelly chaining and all of that just before the rain, and the planting that we wanted done was completed. So a very good result. My old mate, cousin from South Australia, Ronald, has turned up. Now Ronald, put on your smiley face.
Yes.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello to everybody.
You've come back to inflict yourself upon us again, have you?
Something like that. I already have, I think.
Yes, well, with the COVID and everything last year, you got held up, didn't you? You were with us for nearly 6 months.
Near 9 months.
9 months, okay. Well, we really missed you. We're glad you're back.
Ah.
So he'll get into some mischief, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't give him any mischief, he finds his own.
So currently I am going to just bring the 280 over. There's been a couple of little things going on with this. So what we do have, one of the smaller issues is the potentiometer there. I'm not sure. We have put a new one on there maybe 3 years ago. Who knows, that might be playing up again. But yeah, the 3-point linkage here will just drop down by itself overnight and you can't lift it up. And obviously when you're trying to pull something, when I was on the Kelly chains, it was actually, you couldn't turn sharp at all, otherwise the 3-point linkage would hit the frame of the Kelly chains. So not so good. So hopefully be able to sort that out. All those lights on the roof there, now they were just cheap, really cheap. They were like $12 each, lights we got years ago, just because they were bright enough and did the job, but I spent the time and effort wiring them all up properly, so when we did later down the track want to put better lights on, we could just do that fairly easily. So now is that time, because most of those are no longer working or they're very dull. So that's the rough plan, I think, for me today. We've had about 30 mils of rain, so we're not going to be doing anything in the paddock for quite a while. Now we're coming into winter, so it's cooler. Things don't dry out as quick, so we're going to be stuck doing some shed jobs for a bit. But there's always plenty to do. We're always catching up on shed jobs. Well, it's approaching the end of the day. We got a little bit distracted having lunch in town, so it's always nice to do that when we're not under pressure. But I do have the lights on up here. We're actually just trying these lights. Haven't used them before. Steady is the brand. So yeah, we bought, how many did I buy? I think these are the only ones I bought. Yeah, so 6 of these. These are actually a 40 watt LED. So there's 4 10 watt LEDs in there. And these are actually quite small, but pack a fairly big punch. And they have a fairly focused pattern, so you can sort of see a strip out there, sort of like that, of a nice bright bright strip, which is good. Now, so I've got 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Those ones at the back, same brand, but they're a 90 watt LED light. So yeah, they're very bright. They actually do a 120 watt one as well, which didn't really need that much, but I would, it'd be interesting to try that out too. So got that all done, and that's working well. We've got the work still going on the offsets here, fixing up a few things there. We've got Brad and Josiah working on the header front there. They actually go well together with your coloured shirts there, blue and green. Phil let the team down today. He didn't wear his proper shirt. Anyway, that'll be it for today, I think.
Peter here this morning, Tuesday morning, sunny day, no clouds in the sky, good drying weather. For the first time in a long time, we've got everyone here at the one moment. So Matt's here checking out, there's linkage issues with the 280, and he's checking out, see why it's not going up and down.
Make it look like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Brad, what are you up to today, Brad?
Just dropping the grader off.
Dropping the grader off, and Robbo's, you're just picking it up. So because we're all here on the one day at the one moment, I'm getting a hold of you. You got some wise words for us this morning, Robbo?
Alright, beautiful morning. Changed some cutting edges and some pins in the blade. We were laughing.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
And you're fortunate to work with such a bunch of good guys, aren't you?
Oh, wouldn't be anywhere else. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
This is a recent acquisition, an old early model Grizzly two-way disc. It needs a bit of love and attention, so while it's wet, a few of us are doing a bit on that. Phil's working on one end and Johnny's on the wheels, and there's a new tongue got to go on the pull here. That was pretty worn out. Josiah's up here checking out, learning what the boys are up to. The old fella here is giving us his wisdom about what's going on. Brad's working on the new pull, and my job is to go to town and get some jobs done. So I might take you for a ride. Got to go to our New Holland dealer and get a new feeder house chain. The one we had was not the right one, and I've got to get another earth clamp for the welder for the MIG. So we'll see how we go. What sort of smart aleck thing was Phil saying then?
He said, oh, there's more editing for you.
It could have been worse. Hello folks, I'm back here with my business partners.
Okay, I'm the leader.
Here's Jace, he's the happy spare parts man.
How you going?
He's good guy. And the staff, office staff, we got Jono here. He tries not to smile, but sometimes he can't help it. Dakota. How are you, Dakota?
Good, how are you?
So these are some of the staff that help us in our New Holland dealership, and yeah, that's where we get most of our gear from for our headers and other stuff, trash farmers and stuff. New tractor over there, yeah, we might need one of them too. Hey Freddie, I want to see the best side of you, not the worst side. Now, how long have you been in business here? I remember when you were in...
47 years this year.
47. And you got prettier since then, haven't you?
I don't know.
Anyway, no, Freddie was the starter of this business 47 years ago, and
7th of December 1976.
yeah, well, they're still a big part of the family. Still own the business, and they're a big part of our lives, business lives today. So, anyway, well done, Fred.
Thanks, mate.
And this is one of your grandsons, isn't it?
Both
Both of them, grandsons. Yeah. Well, folks, caught up with Wayne. Now he's the main manager in the business here with Freddie and is it your two boys out there?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Right. So there's the 3 generations of you, all here at the one time.
At the moment,
All servicing all the clients.
we're doing our best.
No, it's a good job, Wayne.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we've got another one of our merchandise places. I'm just looking for a earth clamp for the smaller plasma cutter, or MIG I think it is. So anyway, we'll see what we can find. Earth clamp. That'll do. How's it going, Sam?
Yeah, flat out.
You love being on camera, don't you, mate?
Nah.
See you, mate.
So,
Well, folks, we've just picked up couple of lights for Ron's caravan, and that concludes the trip to town.
It's very difficult to take footage when there's so much noise and stuff happening here, but what I'm actually doing right now is we brought in the air cart. This is the Gayson air cart, and I'm just putting some lights here on the back so we can see the prickle chain if we ever hook it up on when we plant, and to make sure we can see all the way out there just in case something goes wrong. So that's what I'm currently doing. I just got to run a wire front to back, and that should be it there. We've got Phil still grinding away on that set of offsets, and then we've got Brad and Robbo putting new cutting edges on the grader. So it's all happening still.
Well, good morning, folks. It's another bit of a gloomy day for today, but hopefully that doesn't mean rain's on its way. But it's been a few days since the last update, or a couple of days at least since the last update. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a final update of where we're up to with everything. And then it's probably going to have to roll into another video, which will be next week. So what we got is we've got the planter over here. We've been working on that. We had to replace a few points on that and clean all the linseed out of it. So that took a little bit of time and effort, particularly after it's all dried and gone hard. That was fun. The other thing we did was got the AFM all ready. Did have to do a little bit of work to that as well. Yeah, that's over there. So we got that sorted out. We've cleaned out the trucks. This truck got fixed. Got a new spline on that for the drive shaft, so that's good to go. The offsets here have actually just about been done. I think it's just some finishing touches. All the new mud scrapers that we made up have gone on. We've been putting a little bit of weight. It's actually quite handy having some D11 bits and pieces. So the old mid rollers, I think they're about 150 kilos each, so we've just placed them, welded them onto the edges just for a bit extra weight so it can bite into the ground. Now I've got to remember, I wasn't here for all of it, but I'm pretty sure a bit of work's been happening with the header as well. There was the rotor drive. It's a bit dark in here, but the rotor drive there, we've actually updated that to the newer style because we were having all sorts of problems. I mean, you put new little cam rollers on this, and then it'd be like a year or two, and you'd have to do them again, and they just start slipping because the cam rollers actually wear a flat spot in them. So I've upgraded this to the same as what's on header number 2 because that was an updated system, and yeah, it's a lot more robust system. Now, other than that, we are just still waiting on some more parts for the gearbox actually, but most of it's sort of half all together, ready to go in, but we are just waiting on a couple of bits and pieces for that. But yes, it's still a noisy place to be at the minute. I was working on the 280 there too, got a couple of those issues sorted. I put a new potentiometer on that, and it seems to have fixed the problem, so we'll just see how that one goes. But anyway, we've got to get cracking, get ready to start sewing at the lease block. So we might leave the video here for now, and just remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.